Have you ever wondered how you can become a software engineer without a CS degree? Do you ever feel frustrated about being passionate about coding but held back by your non-traditional background? In this video, I will share my personal journey from obtaining an aerospace degree to reaching a senior software engineering position, along with the valuable insight I gained throughout the process. By the end of the video, you'll discover how I overcame obstacles, defied expectations, and ultimately succeeded in becoming a senior software engineer, all without a CS degree. Let's get right into it. My degree is in aerospace engineering. Although it may sound unrelated at first, I chose to major in aerospace engineering with the goal of working with autonomous systems in the future, such as autonomous cars, drones, and robots. These specific applications require a significant amount of coding. While studying aerospace engineering, I gained knowledge in areas like fluid mechanics, rocket propulsion, and orbital mechanics. Additionally, I had the opportunity to learn and apply algorithms to systems, which is a key aspect of being a software engineer. I already had some coding experience from high school, and during my freshman year at MIT, I interned as a software engineering intern at Northrop Grumman, a large aerospace corporation. So even though I didn't have a computer science degree, I did have relevant experience in the field. Between graduating from MIT and now, I've held prominent roles at 2 startups. Although coding was involved in both positions, my daily work did not always revolve around coding like it does today. At Deuce Drone, I served as one of the lead engineers, focusing on the system level to ensure all components fit together seamlessly. I was involved in various aspects of the system, from sourcing power supplies and servos to understanding the flight controller and coding the backend for route planning. This hands-on experience allowed me to gain valuable insights into each component. At ChipBrain, a conversational AI startup, I initially joined as a part-time intern to assist in preparing their demo for investor pitches. As I gained more experience and earned the trust of the founders, I transitioned into a full-time product lead role. In this position, I played a key role in shaping the product's appearance, functionality, and features for users. Throughout this journey, I directly contributed to the backend Python code, gained experience with distributed cloud system infrastructure, implemented state-of-the-art language models, and gained a comprehensive understanding of the day-to-day responsibilities of a software engineer. I also worked on various side projects during the time. I've always had an interest in building new things, and with a newfound experience in cloud systems, I wanted to apply my knowledge to implement some of the ideas that I did have. At the beginning of last year, I became particularly interested in the stock market. I found the different factors that influence supply and demand fascinating, especially when observed in real time. Through TradingView, I gained access to accurate indicators. Then, by using webhook triggers from TradingView and AWS servers, I developed an auto trading bot for both Webull and TD Ameritrade. While I did not have the capacity to maintain and improve the code, the working system is still in place today. Another project involved implementing ChatGPT into an email translator as part of a YouTube challenge. I took the task of working with front-end code for the first time and created a React prototype. If you're interested, you can watch that video on my channel. This project required setting up a simple app interface to send and receive information from the OpenAI API in order to perform the desired tasks. In this case, I created an email translator that transforms strongly worded responses into more professional ones while still conveying the intended emotion. Although neither of these side projects resulted in any monetary gain, they provided valuable experiences that I can discuss in job interviews. These projects demonstrate my passion for coding and allow me to provide specific commentary on system-related decisions. I believe these projects helped validate my abilities as a software engineer without a degree. When I left both startups, I was unsure about what I wanted to do next. While I had always been passionate about coding, I also had an interest in shaping the overall system. Initially, I explored various roles such as a technical product manager, project manager, software engineer, and solutions or sales engineers. I wanted to have conversations with people in different fields to help me narrow down my focus and find something I truly enjoyed. However, I couldn't completely move away from coding because I still had a lot to learn about building cloud systems at scale. You may wonder why I didn't mention aerospace engineer as one of the roles I was considering. At this time, I hadn't applied for positions at NASA, SpaceX, Northrop Grumman, or Lockheed Martin. While I still admire and appreciate aerospace engineers, I was too intrigued by the speed of iteration in the software industry to go back. Additionally, the higher salaries and more flexible remote working opportunities in the tech field made me believe that I could make a faster impact at a software company. As this was my first time applying for a software engineering role, I didn't have much knowledge about the process. I admit that I went into my initial interviews without any preparation. However, I learned from each interview and gained valuable experience. I had multiple recruiters trying to find the right fit for me, and I made it far into the interview process with several companies. However, I ultimately received more rejections than I ever had before. Surprisingly, this led some companies to question whether I would feel fulfilled in their specific role, and I had recruiters relay to me that as the reason to why they moved on from me. Some companies rejected me because of my location being far from their headquarters. Another company initially thought I was the right candidate, but later decided they didn't need the position at all. Some companies and interviewers also saw my aerospace engineering degree salary as a negative. Despite holding prominent titles at small startups in the past, it was challenging to prove my coding and problem-solving abilities within a limited time frame of 30 minutes to an hour, especially since I'd graduated without an actual CS degree just 2 years ago. In a 2-month span, I must have interviewed at over 10 companies and applied to so much more. At some point, I felt like I just wanted a yes to just get a yes, and was honestly settling on roles that I knew weren't even ideal fits. I was generally getting down on myself until I saw one of my ex-MIT classmates post about Posh on her LinkedIn. She had recently joined, and there were some open positions. The initial role that I had applied for was actually for a senior software engineering position on the client solutions team. Although I really resonated with the role and felt comfortable with the roles and responsibilities of the job description, there was a problem. The job description required 5 to 8 years of experience. Since the role had exactly what I was looking for at the time, and as I saw the company had a lot of ex-MIT people, I decided to apply anyways. At this point, I wanted this position badly. After all the no's and applications and interviews, I finally found a role that blended my itch for communicating with leadership and users with my desire to continue to develop as a software engineer. So I pulled out every strategy I had in my toolkit to land this job. I took the initiative to check the public roles of people at the company and decided to reach out to their head of people. I noticed that he had also graduated from MIT with a non-CS degree, specifically in mechanical engineering. This was a nice connection because aerospace and mechanical engineering are closely related fields. Before reaching out via LinkedIn, I ensured that my LinkedIn profile was up to date with relevant experiences and skills. I also made sure to write a unique about section. I took the opportunity to write an open cover letter about my experiences, what I believe I can bring to a team, and my aspirations. Since I was targeting Posh, I tailored my story to pique their interest. Reaching out with a cold LinkedIn message was successful. The head of people checked my LinkedIn page, became interested, and responded to me. We connected over our shared love for pickup basketball and realized that we may have crossed paths unknowingly during my time at MIT. Because we hit it off, he assured me that my application would be considered and that I would have a conversation with the team's manager. Looking back, now that I have a closer relationship with him, I discovered that he actually showed my LinkedIn about section to a coworker, praising it. This likely played a role in why I was given a chance and received a response in the first place. You never know what will catch someone's attention when they look you up. I also hit it off with the team manager and ended up having a series of 3 interviews in the next couple of days. By the following Monday, I was officially hired. However, due to my short, unofficial experiences at small startups, they didn't feel comfortable offering me the senior level position described in the job. Nevertheless, they still wanted me and saw potential for me to become a senior engineer. As a result, they closed the open position and brought me in as a standard engineer level 2. Despite this adjustment, I felt comfortable signing the offer because the head of people, who I initially reached out to, assured me that employee compensation and titles were frequently adjusted, at least every 6 months. Knowing that the next evaluation period was only 4 months away, I took a leap of faith in myself, confident that I would be able to prove my worth quickly. My first day officially started on August 31st, 2022. For me, the decision was based almost solely off the people that I talked to throughout the onboarding process. Everyone seemed genuine and kind and passionate about what they do. Also, the comfort to already express details about how compensation and titles are viewed at the company was a green flag for me. I knew that I could code anywhere and provide value anywhere, but such a positive environment is hard to come by. I felt like I could feel happy putting in work every day for those people because I will eventually be seen, noticed, and appreciated, which are honestly invaluable from a workplace. These intangibles shone throughout many points over the last year. I made conscious efforts to stand out as an engineer on the team, showing everyone what I was capable of, not only as a coder, but also a creative problem solver. By August of this year, I was named a senior software engineer 11 months into the role. In those first 11 months, I also received 2 5-figure raises and a stock bonus. If you want to know more detailed story as to how I got promoted and how much my raises were, I laid out my whole progression in the video right here. If you want to follow along to see where my journey goes from here, I post daily on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts, along with 2 videos per week on this channel. So make sure to check out all the socials in the description. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.